Whoosh. You need to be very quiet. I'm hunting the ever elusive Enigma. Hello YouTube and welcome in. My name is Sweet Phil, and as you could guess, in this one I'm going to be looking for all the runes to make Enigma. Now I understand that you can't actually find an Enigma, you don't hunt an Enigma, but I'm going to be doing Lower Kurast runs until I get enough runes that I can cube up to make the rune word Enigma. I didn't really feel it was necessary to go over the gear for this video because for Lower Kurast runs all you do is stack faster cast rate. Magic Find does not affect the rune drops. You just set it to players 7 or 8. I've set it to players 8 just superstitious wise, thinking that you'd get better drops on players 8, but really players 7 and 8, you will get the same rune drops from the super chests. And also doing Lower Kurast runs, you're not killing anything, so having the higher player difficulty doesn't affect that at all. So if you could go ahead and click the like button and hopefully subscribe. These videos actually do take a lot of work to make, and I hope you enjoy them too, so stick tight and let's get into this. We'll get our drop highlight video here from Lower Kurast. Started off with a mid room here at run number 80, and that would be a Mall rune. Here at run 98 I find a useful Grand Charm, but it's actually not a skiller. It's actually a 14 all res with 2 max damage Grand Charm. So useful for a melee character that needs that extra res. Here at run 120, which isn't very far into the project at all really, I get the high runes dropping, starting off here with the bottom end of what I consider a high rune, but it is a useful Vex rune. So here at run 256, you have to forgive me, but I forgot to click the record button, but I indeed did find a 36 to life, but unfortunately it's summoning skills, and I wish it was poison bone or something, but still rare to find. At run 560 here things really start to heat up, because you find something that jump starts you to get close to that Enigma real quick, and that is of course the Burr rune, the ultimate one that you're looking for here at Lower Kurast. So that essentially right there, that one drop gets me a third of the way to get an Enigma, only 560 runs into this project. Here at run 593 I get a little help from my lightning source, and I'm going to pick this Grand Charm up and head to town an idea, and that help from my lightning source comes in the form of a lightning skill Grand Charm. Here at run 603 I get a little boost towards my Enigma here. It's just a mid rune, but it's all stuff you can cube up to get those high runes you need to make Enigma. So here I get a pull rune drop. The skillers continue to fly out at me here at run 715. I pick up this Grand Charm idea and I get a fire skiller. And here at run 835 I find a Gull rune that helps me out get to my goal of making that Enigma. And finding 2 Grand Charms, I do want to mention I found so many Grand Charms during this run project, and so many skillers. A lot of them were not particularly useful skills, so I left them out of the video, but I probably found 40 or more skillers in this project. And here's why you hit random poppables, because here at run 838 I find a pull rune. A little bit closer to my goal, I can cube that one up as well. Once again here at run 904 I'm hitting a random poppable just to stash over here, and out pops an rune. Speaking of always hitting random poppables, I over here and flip over the Dead Corpse Joe, and out pops an Istrune, and this is actually the exact same run 904, that I just found an rune. So I got an Istrune and an rune out of not the super chest, but the random poppables. So that's why if you're ever looking for these mid is stuff like that, Mal, always hit them random poppables. Run 956 here gives me a noteworthy grand charm out of the rotten log over here. And this noteworthy grand charm is a fire skill grand charm for the sorceress. We'll keep the skiller train rolling here as I get a lightning skill grand charm, another one for the sorceress, while also having 7% faster walk run. Chugga chugga choo choo! We're going to keep that skiller train still rolling here. And I get a 1 to trap skiller for the assassin. I also got a small charm here. And that one rolls as a 16 to life. So not 20 to life, the max you can get, but it's still nice to find another to life small charm. This isn't another noteworthy grand charm, is it? Nope, not this time, but I do get a Vex rune, and that brings me even a little bit closer to getting that Enigma. All these Vex runes I keep finding, they could cube up, cube up, cube up, and get me closer. Never thought I'd be saying this one, but chugga-choo-choo! Let's keep that Vex train running. And just a few runs later, 4 runs later here at 1100, I get another Vex rune. The odds of that have got to be pretty low. And once again, I'll say it, the random poppables, I get a small charm out of this chest here, and that rolls as a 20 to life small charm. And here we come in at run 1183, and I actually get a good jewel for a change. And this is actually my first ever Ruby Jewel of Fervor. It is low on the enhanced damage, but they're so rare to find, I'm pretty excited. So that's my first ever Ruby Jewel of Fervor. Now coming back in here at run 1280, and I get another grand charm here that I get to identify. And it comes out as a pretty useful one, and it is that 1 to bow and crossbow skills for the Amazon. And then actually after that, crazy enough, I actually get a Sure Rune on the same run as I get that skiller. So Sure Rune brings me significantly closer to getting what I'm looking for, that Enigma. This item actually isn't particularly useful to me, but I always think it's cool when out of these random poppables, I flip over dead body over here, Kevin, and what pops out? A unique Blood Spirit Cerberus Bite. Here we come back in with another rune at 1357, an Ist rune, and the rare appearance of a Fall rune. Usually I don't add them to my list, but that one makes appearance coming along with the Ist rune in the same super chest. So here at run 1398 comes a pretty interesting spot. I actually get a grand charm and a small charm. The grand charm rolls as a Shadow Discipline's lifer. I wish that was a better skill, but it's still a skiller lifer. And then I ID the small charm. It's a max damage attack rating life small charm. Not perfect, but it is kind of nice to get all 3 on the same charms. So I'll keep the useful skillers running here at 1482. And in this one, I get a grand charm here in just a second. I ID, and it is a 1 to elemental skills for the druid. I want to see how far along I am and how close I am to my Enigma, so I'm going to cube up all these runes here. And I'm going to get these Vex runes over here, and those other are left over. I'm going to take these Vex here, put them on the same page with my higher runes I found. And this is exactly where I'm at. And now I can kind of do some math in my head and see exactly how much more I gotta find until I get that Enigma. Now knowing exactly what I need to get, I don't have to wait long. At 1,524 here, I come pop some chests, and boom, the rarest rune you can drop out of these super chests at Lower Kurast. I get a low rune, and that is awesome to find this soon after I just checked. That gets me a lot closer to making my Enigma. Chugga chugga choo choo! We'll keep that high rune train rolling here with an ohm rune coming out just a little over 100 runs later, but that is so spectacular to find 2 high runes in just 100 runs at Lower Kurast. We'll take a momentary break here from finding 1 high rune after another to finding a very useful lightning skiller for the sorceress with 3 to dexterity. Here at run 1848 I find a useful small charm. I've been finding such good stuff this almost doesn't seem to be noteworthy, but it is. A 7% magic find, small charm. We'll come back at run 1874 with another useful small charm, 5% faster hit recovery with 10 cold res. Coming back at you now at run 2112, come over and hit the super chest and pop out a maul rune that I'll have to come back and grab in just a second after clearing these guys out. Oopsie. My bad. Pro strat right there, but I'm going to come back and get that maul rune. And yep, that gets me just a wee bit closer to that Enigma. So just to add to, I think around run 18 or 1900 or something like that, I stopped grabbing random poppables. I just wanted these runes so bad. Such as this rune here at run 2132. I get another gull rune. Alright, here's where I'm going to start cubing up these runes. So I'm pretty sure if I did the math right, I got enough after I found that gull. So here we go. Well, there you have it, YouTube. I made my Enigma. Took me 2,132 runs. I combined that with a sure rune I did find in the Mausoleum Run project I did. So it is a little bit of slight cheating. I didn't find it all at Lower Kurast, but I did find it all playing myself here on my single-player Diablo 2 Plugy. So thanks for coming and checking out my video, you Diablo 2 fans. And if you could, remember, click the like button and subscribe. Help me out a bunch. So peace out, YouTube, and I'll catch you in the next video.